Hey, so I don't normally do these videos in the car. I'm normally, a bit more set up, but I'm doing an Emmy style in the car kind of waffle. But I just wanted to pop on really and talk about anxiety, because what I've noticed in some of my clients was definitely something that came up for me, which was after IEMT and the reduction in anxiety, what was left underneath the surface, which felt raw and sad and depressing and difficult, and it felt unsafe. I didn't really know where I was in space, like totally disorientated. But it wasn't immediately after the session, it was for kind of the few days after. And what I noticed underneath the anxiety was this stuff that I'd been ignoring, what the anxiety had been covering up for years, by the way, and if someone had asked me if I was anxious, I'd have been like, no, because it was normal for me. And so I suppose what I'm saying is underneath the anxiety, which is a state really, is an awful lot of fear and a lot of grief and a lot of sadness, and might be a lot of anger. And that's why I generally work with IEMT over a period of sessions, because underneath the initial stuff, there's often the emotional imprints to deal with, and they're just patterns of how we've managed. So I've had a few clients lately just say I felt really, like I struggled to pull myself up again, because actually that's what the anxiety is covering up. It's covering up all the stuff, and it's creating a state for you to keep spinning around in, which is fine. It'll keep you going for a while, but then it'll burn out, and then the depression will come, that sadness will come, those feelings will come. So it was a real state of like flatness. And one of my clients, I remember, she was constantly on, and she was I just felt like a sloth. I feel like I can't move forward. So yeah, I suppose when I described my own anxiety, it was like an electrical state. It was like constant, and your body can't keep going like that. And we need to find spaces where we actually notice what we feel. And this is where I bring in journaling, like learning to use the yoga nidra, learning to build safety through the SSP, using breathing techniques, walking, mindfulness. We do all the things to keep us not anxious, but actually we're anxious when we're in it, because that was definitely my experience. Meditating and thinking about my shopping list, my phone, what I'm going to do next. Now my meditation is my walking, it's my peacefulness, it's my quiet, it's staring up at the sky. So, to be able to find these states, we have to move through a little bit. And that's why I talk a little bit more about, the nervous system. There's a clearing. It's a little bit like after you've had like Reiki or something like that, you might get an uplift in symptoms, but actually that's the clearing, that's the space. And that's why post my sessions, I give you a lot of aftercare, and also some support, and a check-in, and some tools to help guide you through it. So remembering that anxiety isn't, we talk about it like it's an emotion, but it's actually a state that we get in. It's kind of a bit of a coping mechanism. And so normally in my second sessions, that's what I explore. It's like what lives underneath the surface. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on your own anxiety. How does it feel for you? And when you do burn out, what comes up for you? I'd really like to hear that. And yeah, if you're interested in talking to me about IEMT, let me know.